refillable, natural deodorant that's free from single-use plastic
What do I need
with a
in here?
clinically proven formula that guarantees 24-hour odor protection. Neutralizing.
I've never actually tried any natural deodorant. We've always been,
Then he tried to big dog Logan Paul and
I don't know the brand name. I think it's Dove.
I'm sorry.
It's not Dove.
It was well known within the band that
We've always been a Dove family. It's not Dove.
at a certain point.
Is it the Armor
It's
one?
very obvious. I'm not going to tell you how. And there was one moment where
You see right there, he goes, and I'm not going to tell you how. Oh, well, let me tell you how. That's what he does, because he's about to tell us how he made it obvious that I don't deal with that. Hey, taking shit, I actually don't deal with that. Harry Styles, Zayn Malik, Louis Tomlinson, Niall Horan, I don't deal with their shit. Knowing what we know about them and like the people that they are, and knowing about the type of person that Liam is and who he is, what is he talking about there? I won't be taking shit. They're a little bit rowdy. Listen, he was Harry Styles at the peak of One Direction. He's gonna clown around and maybe touch a mushroom. And you know what? I don't know the stories, I don't know the inner workings. And I'll show you Louis Tomlinson's reaction to this clip, which was very empathetic in a second. But like, here's how he tells the story of how I made it obvious. I won't tell you how. Here's how.
there was an argument backstage, and one member in particular threw me up a wall. So I said to him, if you don't remove those hands, there's a high likelihood you'll never use them again. That is such a British thing to say.
Even Logan Paul and Mike, you can see their faces are just like, that's kind of fucking cringe right now. Oh, that's such a British thing to say. And by British, I mean cringe. One time there was an argument backstage. Somebody threw me against the wall. And I said, if you do it again, we know who your bandmates were. We're currently envisioning Harry Styles throwing you up against the wall. Not like that. And Larry's, don't say that's what Harry and Louis were doing. They don't like that. By the way, Larry's are people who believe that Harry Styles and Louis Tomlinson had a frothing, just passionate romance.
Not frothing.
I'll just back off. They clearly don't like talking about it. Hey, that could be true, but you can keep it to But the idea of Harry Styles or Louis Tomlinson or Niall Horan or even Zayn, who was always portrayed as the bad boy, even though that feels a little bit linked to his phrase. I mean, I think people have said that before. It's like, he wasn't really ever the bad boy. He just wasn't, I don't know. Is that crazy for me to say? But any of them throwing up Liam to the wall and Liam saying, at that time, you think this guy's throwing Liam Payne up against the wall and deserving to have his wrists broken? Like, come on now. This crew, being this man right here saying, if you don't remove those hands from me, there's a high likelihood you'll have use of them again. Him? And it's one of these guys' wrists. And we know how he acts now. I gotta say, whoever threw him up against the wall, might have been justified. I don't know. We don't know the inner workings. By the way, modern day Cooper, Maya Henry, thank you for posting this, because a little bit extra context. We now know who the boy was that pushed Liam against the wall.
Okay, I see this all the time everywhere. I've heard this in several stories so many times, and he told me it was Zayn, so.
It was Zayn. It was Zayn. Thank you, Zayn. Zayn? Just had to drop that in there. Modern day update. Okay, back to the rest. Because this interview clearly, like, obviously blew up really big because of what he's saying and how he's talking about it and how cringe and how embarrassing it is. Like, it's really cringe and embarrassing and it blew up. So we were talking about it, and then Louis went on the Zach Sang show, and he said a whole thing.
All I'd say on that was, I think, which of those annoying Paul brothers was it?
Logan.
Right. He knew exactly what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing, the buttons he was pressing.
Yeah, that's like a very empathetic and very adult take on saying this. And I will say, if you can let Logan Paul goad you into saying this stuff about your friends, you might be a dimwit. If Logan Paul can manipulate something out of you, and you're a former member of One Direction, you have PR training, I think to not be able to navigate that without coming across looking like a jackass, I think it doesn't take a dimwit to know how to, like, do that. Which then brings me to, and this is where we're going deeper into the lore. I went to Liam Payne's
I think I'll just record this and make it a video instead.
He talked about